Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be talking about which agency is truly the best, especially when it comes to the security contracts, which is honestly one of the best ways to make money, not only in terms of the contracts themselves, but once you complete 200 of those guys to get $20,000 in your in-game safe every day, like that is incredible. So let's go ahead and take a look at this information first from Rockstar Games insider Tez Funds 2. He said this: I compiled a list of all security contract locations to see if the most expensive agency is truly the best location. I compiled a list of coordinates and checked the distance between them and each agency office, took the average, and noted the lowest value. So the URL that you guys can see here, which I'll leave a link to in the description, if you click on that, it'll show you all the locations. But let's just dive into these individually. So if you get a gang termination security contract, the closest office is going to be Hawick, which is the most expensive, followed by Little Seoul, Rockford Hills, and Vespucci Canals. If you get an asset protection, the closest one is going to be Little Seoul at just over $2 million, then Vespucci Canals, Rockford Hills, and Hawick. If you get recover valuables, the closest office is also going to be Little Seoul, and then Rockford Hills, Hawick, and Vespucci Canals. For vehicle recovery, the closest agency office is also Little Seoul, followed by Hawick, Vespucci Canals, and then Rockford Hills. For rescue operation, the closest agency office is Hawick, Little Seoul, Rockford Hills, and Vespucci Canals. And then for liquidize asset, the closest agency office is Little Seoul, Hawick, Rockford Hills, and Vespucci Canals. So he says, overall, it seems like the Little Seoul agency office may be the best one. The vehicle recovery contract has 3 variants. Little Seoul is closer to 2 variants, whereas Hawick is closer to the Humane Labs variant. Keep in mind, I'm not factoring in the fastest routes or roads to reach each destination. Thus, and since it is only closest if you utilize the Oppressor Mark II for transportation, which I'm assuming that's something many of you guys are. So what's interesting about this is the Little Seoul office is the cheapest one. So in this case, the cheapest office is going to be your best bet for most of the security contracts. So again, the Little Seoul one is $2,010,000. The Vespucci Canals one is $2,145,000. The Rockford Hills one is $2,415,000. And the Hawick one is $2,830,000. So how about that? The cheapest office actually puts you in the best spot in order to be able to get the security contracts done in the most efficient way. Now, the only problem with this, and especially once this information goes a little bit more public, is since it's the cheapest office, not only are you going to have the majority of players selecting this, there's usually like 2 versions. Either one, players are going to select the most expensive office because they think because it is expensive, it thus has to be better in some way, shape, or form. When in reality, there's no difference. It's just, a different view and a different location. Or they're going to select the cheapest one because they want to save a lot of money. So it's normally the 2 in the center that are going to have the less amount of traffic. So you will have a lot of traffic at this Little Seoul office location. But what's great about this is you can do it in an invite-only lobby or a friend session or even a solo session. So most of the time, if you choose to do it, you can do so without other random players bothering you. So in those comments down below, I'd love to hear from you guys on how many security contracts you've done, how much money you've made so far, and also what is your office location? Are you at Little Seoul? Are you at Rockford Hills, Hawick, Vespucci Canals? So mine is the most expensive only because when I was making one of my very first videos on day 1, I was like, okay, I've got to make the most expensive office because I want to show you guys what the maximum price would be. And I just really haven't bothered to switch it out. So maybe one day I'll get to switching it out to one of the lower ones, but for now I'm doing pretty good in Hawick. But this is actually great information on the security contract stuff. And I want to finish up this video by talking about more information regarding the security contracts. Obviously, the ones you want to get are the Specialist Plus. These are the ones that are going to pay out the most money, especially with what we've got going on in Grand Theft Auto Online right now. So Grand Theft Auto Online right now is paying out 2 times money in RP on these Specialist security contracts. So that means you can get anywhere from like $140,000 to $170,000 by doing one of them. That's really, really nice. So those are obviously the ones you want to get regardless, but especially since it's double money and RP. So regarding some information on Specialist Plus, this is what Insider Tez Funds 2 had to say. He said, info regarding Specialist Plus. Specialist Plus contracts are disabled within a solo type session. They are, however, enabled within a solo public or invite only / crew and friends lobby. A Specialist Plus contract is only limited to 2 contracts, Recover Valuables and Vehicle Recovery. If you call Franklin and receive neither of these contracts, you can pretty much conclude it's not a Specialist Plus contract. And then he gives some percentages down there, but the actual chance of receiving a Specialist Plus contract is only 6.67%. That's obviously not a lot. So these are very, very rare. So if you see one of them on your board, you absolutely need to do them. Now, you guys might be wondering, well, why is Specialist Plus not available in a solo session? Is this a mistake? Is this a bug? It's actually neither of those. It's definitely intentional as per Rockstar's design, because Recover Valuables and Vehicle Recovery are the only contracts that involve delivering the cargo or a vehicle back to your agency. Thus, the rival gameplay could be applied here, whereas all the other ones, it doesn't necessarily matter if someone else is in a session or not with you, because it doesn't involve taking something from point A to point B. It just involves like doing something at a certain spot, and once that thing is done, you'll be able to end up completing it. So 6.6% chance is not a high chance at getting something like this. So if you see one in your game, I would definitely recommend jumping on it as soon as possible, and especially throughout the rest of this event week, because you're going to be getting double money and RP. And it kind of makes me wonder if this is something we're going to see more of in the future. Will Rockstar add more contracts? Will they add more stuff to our agencies? That's kind of the rumor for future updates. So it will be very interesting to see if we get more stuff like this. But I'll be sure to keep you guys posted. But I really wanted to dial in on this amazing agency location, and now that you know it is the cheapest one and it's the best for these security contracts, which again, if you're able to get a certain amount of them, not only are you going to make a ton of money, but you'll get a ton of money every day, and the bonuses that we've got right now, it's just easy cash. So again, let me know what you guys are thinking in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.